Good morning, afternoon or evening and welcome back to Edenia. My name is Clown and you're watching me play more Reassembly. Now last time we had a bit of trouble overcoming some of the agents on the map. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to up our firepower. Mostly firepower really. We could do with bigger plasma cannons, so we could certainly do with burst lasers perhaps, or plasma mortars. Those sound very dangerous. I don't think the little lasers do a lot of damage. I think best thing we'll do right now is have the medium plasma cannons. We'll get the upper tier ones later, but we would also like to have a bit more P to spend, a bit more parts. We could use the proton beams because they are very long range, high damage spinal beam weapons. Should we? Yeah, we should. We should. Let's just get over with it. Let's see. I think we can dismantle the real guns for now and get rid of these as well. I think we can manage without these. There we go. Connect this, get rid of that, get rid of that. Alright. Now the spinal proton beams, yeah, these go on like this and they don't diverge. So we need to actually put them on somewhere straight. So we need to get rid of this beak and we can put them right here. I think these will do a fair amount of damage. Let's look at the bindings. They are ripple fire on left mouse. That's fine. We should be able to turn rather well with these. Let's get the bigger plasma guns too. They are rather big. We could fit 3 of them in here, another 3 in here, and we could add some thrusters on here to add a bit more control. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, we've got big plasma guns. We've got proton beams. Do we have enough energy in our generators? We could upgrade to the bigger generator, but we haven't got enough credits for it. So right now we just need to expand on the little ones. And where can we put these? I guess we can put 3 of them in this corner. I would like them to face the same way. That would be good. That's good enough. There we go. Just a couple of more jennies just to produce more firepower. Let's take a look at the bindings. Plasma cannons and the proton beams all on the same binding. That's fine. Let's see how this handles, if it handles at all. You can also put on auto fire if you would prefer. Look at this proton beam. Holy. Oh, that's rather good. And it's an instantaneous beam as well, which makes it very thorough in getting the damage out. Oh, look at that. We're dealing massive damage. Only downside is we haven't got any flak guns for automatic. Oh, those. We have flak guns. Alright. That's good. So we can deal a lot of damage with our proton swords. But we do need actual proton lasers to do it. They are very ill protected. So let's see if we can fit in a couple of shields on the front. I guess we could if we got rid of these. I guess we can put them on here. It's not exactly what I would call pretty, but sometimes you just have to make do. Shield projectors on here. I guess we could balance them out a bit by adding hull pieces like this. I guess that's better. Yeah, it's a lot better. Let's put these on. We can even put some thrusters back on those if we add another trapezoid. Yeah, that looks, at least it looks good. And we want it looking good as well as being functional, of course. We could get rid of these small ones, we don't really need them. And we could add to this by adding some more hull pieces and putting these on the front. That would be great. Do we want some on the inside as well? I think we do, just to give a bit more control. That's great, look at that. Look at that beast. Yeah, that's shields, that's protection. We've got flak cannons, not as much as I would like. I'm just gauging my... I'm just taking a quick look at my parts meter. I think we can afford to have a couple more. Couple more of these. Every enemy will be feeding into our mouths, so to speak, and that's actually fine. Can we get away with adding them here? Yes, we can. Great stuff. Great stuff. Now we need just a couple more thrusters on every side of these weapon banks. Oh, that's a thruster. We don't need another thruster. We need more. I meant flak cannons. We, of course, do need more thrusters, but we don't need more flak. Here we are. Looking quite well. Let's see how it handles. Probably handles like a charm. And look at this beam. That's devastating. It's not too quick on the turn, though. Our generators seem to be keeping up, which is great. We can decimate all the drones just by turning around, which is great. We can get rid of this one very fast, in a matter of seconds. We can eat through these buildings and make a lot of noise while we'll do it. Oh, that's great. We'll just eat to the core. There we go. There we go. Look at that. And it's not too good on the turn. We could improve the turning by adding more thrusters to the sides. That will probably help our case a lot. We could add a couple more here and here. Perhaps a couple of these there. No, that's going to be a bit too expensive. So we'll just leave it at that. Alright, we need to fix our bindings because I don't want ripple fire on all of these. I want them to fire all at the same time. Soon and as fast as we can. Should we have the sword on right mouse fire? No, I think that's alright. Alright, let's fly this baby. The bigger plasma guns... Perhaps I do want those on ripple fire, but I don't think the proton sword can be on ripple fire at all. Let's see if we can't fix this. Oh, look at that. We are decimating these. I think we can survive these minefields, actually. I think we can survive them just fine. And the energy levels seem to be able to keep up as well, as long as the flak cannons are not working. Which is great news. Alright, we can spawn a couple of children. And probably a spaceship before... space station, sorry, before long. Keep mixing those up. There we go, space station coming right up. A couple more resources. We just need... you will do fine. I think I want more of those proton beams. Yeah, I think I do. The Scorpion is really getting a lot of guns strapped to it. That's far above what we can spend. Can we buy more? No, we can't. We have to give up this dream for now, I'm afraid. I think we've got enough weaponry as it is. Let's just fly around and let's see if we can't kill this agent right now. As a good friend of mine always says, go big or go home. which is exactly what we're doing. We are going big. Look at that sword. That is massive. As a quick side note, you can hold X to keep as much motionless as possible in space. Oh, we are getting bombarded with seeds. I think this is very bad for our spaceship, but let's do it anyway. Oh, dear Lord, we have lost a lot of... Oh yeah, there we go. We've lost a lot of weaponry just by being there, which is not the best. Alright, let's spawn a couple more children. We want this fleet to be complete. Alright, swords in. There we go. And decimated. We can, of course, turn around, try to kill these plants to establish a more permanent base. And luckily, we can see that these guys are having trouble with the plants as well. Except for this guy, he seems to be just fine. We're eating into him, we're eating into the sides, eating into his core, and let's hope that... Oh, come on. Yes! We did it. Killed it off. Alright. There's a lot of drones firing for me, a lot of those plants. At least we've got rid of the agent. We can even try to go to a wormhole now just to see if there's any opposition. We can upload this fleet to the network so that other players will have to kick our asses, which is fun. Sad thing is there's no feedback. You don't get to see how much you've killed or how much you have been killed. So that's a bit of a letdown, but you can't ask for everything, can you? Let's see, there were a few resources here. No, there's not resources. Those are parts from another spaceship. There's a red faction over here. We can easily dispatch of these. They have no shields at all. We just cut through them with our sword. Literally our sword. There we go. Proton beams scratching the surface of every enemy there is. Great stuff. Right, perhaps we do want the sword on a different binding, because it's getting a bit ridiculous. I think we want the proton beams to be right mouse fire. We could have the plasma guns ripple. Let's see how... Yeah, I think that's powerful enough, and that we can, if we need, we can wham. We can just lightsaber it up. Wham! Oh, that's great. That is great. Although my lightsaber sound impression is not the greatest, I do love the wham. Just burn it up. There we go. They don't stand a chance. Alright, let's pop out a space station. There's another space station nearby. We might try and get it. We can also trade our resources to this factory, so it can spawn its own interceptors, and those can spawn its own space stations, and it will be a very happy colony just living on its own. There's another space station which will be headed here. There's a lot of small things flying about. We'll just try to burn up this character. We have unlocked another faction. Oh, that's great. We have unlocked a faction which I hadn't unlocked before. So that's amazing. I think this is the crystalline faction by the looks of it. And they have got the same idea as I have. Oh, that's a big one. Jeez. Oh, Lord. And that's a big wad of resources as well. Let's let's go back in. Let's see if we can't just nick the resources. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Come on. Give it back to me. Those were too many resources just to... Alright. Another good thing about the proton beam is that it doesn't thrust you back. So we can basically just kill a lot of these guys just before we kill the mothership, the large crystalline ship. It is very impressive. It's also very hard to make a dent, make a difference. At least he's not reaching us with his... Oh, he crashed. Great stuff. I think we can take it. I think we better head back. We'd better get the hell out of Dodge. That's even bigger. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Alright. I think the crystalline faction is a bit too much for us right now. We need to get back and reassemble our fleet. So let's spawn a nice couple of interceptors, which may not be up for the task, but at least they will be. They will distract from the firefight, so we can engage the enemy one-on-one. There's a crystalline ship which we do need to get rid of. There you go. There we go. Another one. And we're gathering a bit of resources from the local area as well. Let's pump out another station and let's spawn more interceptors. More interceptors is never a bad thing. Alright, that one's dead. There comes the big ship. Oh, the big ship and his backup. Alright, we need to get to the core of this. Those crystals, those crystalline factions, they have got a lot of armor. It's not necessarily the shields, but it's literally armor plating, which is damaging our case. I think we can get this one, but it's seeking refuge with the mothership, and it's totally devastating for our case. We will spawn anew, which is great, because we can go on and disable this ship, but we are in trouble. If this ship lurks around, we are getting our asses royally kicked. At least that one's dead now. It's a bit of a... Alright, we need to get these resources before he does get out and be on our merry way. They have got quite a farming operation. Oh lord, that's even bigger. That looks a bit like a skull. See the two eyes and the teeth? I think that is a... Oh, hello. That's a lot of weaponry. That guy is crazy mad. Alright. We just need to kill off the small ones, I guess. Just so we have a chance at killing the big ones. That crystal skull is really... It's really jonesing me up. You see what I did there? Crystal skull, Jones. No? Alright. I'll refrain from making jokes like that. We will, however, kill this guy. And immediately get the hell out. This faction, they are not messing about. They are big. Alright, we need to stand still for a moment and just make a bit of a fleet. Just get a couple of interceptors, just so we can distract the enemy. Oh, jeez, that was intense. That was really intense. All right, let's just gather a couple of resources and prepare for a full-scale attack. Let's just get these out because they are stealing our precious resources. We don't want that. We don't want people stealing our resources. Not even alien people. Not even sentient robotics. We want nothing of the sort. We just want to plop out some more interceptors. And last but not least, before we move on to the next episode, I would like to just add a couple of more of these and perhaps even strap on a couple more of these swords, but these are very hard to position, and I wonder if this will make a unique looking effect. If we gather all of these and put them on right fire, we gather all of these, put them on left fire. I guess if we save that, the guns still need to reassemble, and that's the last thing we're going to do this episode. There's a couple of these bad boys out here, but this laser is very powerful, very stable in terms of energy consumption and in space control, and this will cross, and these will make an interesting sword shape. It will even trap the smaller ones with its big surface. It will just need a couple of these to actually terminate this one. You just need to. Yeah, I don't think I like the crossed look very much, but at least it's very efficient in short range. Can easily decimate your opponents. While we spawn a couple of more interceptors, I will tweak around with this a bit. I'll try to see if I can add more of these. Perhaps we can if we get rid of this control node. Yeah, let's just call it a control node. We can get rid of this by doing it like that. Perhaps we can just add a couple more hull pieces just to even things out and get a bigger sword. I guess we can get away with it just like this. And then if we add these on the front, oh yeah, that is going to make a difference if you ask me. Perhaps we would even like this to come out even more. And I'm wondering if the bigger hull pieces are more efficient than the smaller ones. Very, very intrigued actually. I think this will be even better if we do it like this. We can even have a shield on the front, a shield projector, before we add these all together. And that is going to cost too much P. We are going to have a problem with the amount of P we spend on this, so we do need to back down on a couple of these proton blades for now. So let's make it the back ones. I guess this will have to do for now. We could arrange these more prettily, I guess, like this. We can add some of these, perhaps. Barely. Barely of the limit. We can't add the last ones. We need to get rid of something. I would love to have more of these. Let's just get rid of these two. It's not very efficient to have them at all, actually, and they take quite a bit of P. But if we stack them like this, just get rid of the last one, I think that will suffice. We could add more plasma cannons, but we are once again out of P, so we'll just have to do it like this. Let's take a look at the bindings before we leave. Ripple fire, and this will be fire all. So let's just save it. Let's grab the parts we need. We've got a sword, and we've got a lot of plasma guns, and the swords have gathered, the plasma guns have. Look at that. That's going to be one big damage dealer. So next time we'll try to take on the crystalline faction and see if we can't get rid of all of them for once and for all. Let's see if we can conquer this galaxy. Alright, that will be it for now. If you like this series, please leave a like. Again, if you don't like the series, you can press the dislike button. It doesn't help the channel very much. The like button does, however. If you like what you see, you want more, yeah, press that like button. That's me signing off. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.